Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be looking at the new James Ward Prowse inform card and seeing whether he is worth it or not. So let's just have a quick look at his stats and then we will actually jump into how I feel about this card. So 82 overall inform, 65 pace, that's a little, always a good start. 75 shooting, 81 shot power, 85 pens, 73 finishing and 78 long shots. Long shots is a little suspect. It's 88 passing, 85 vision, 92 crossing, 92 free kick accuracy, 88 short pass, 85 long pass, and 94 curve. His dribbling is a little bit of the more balanced, you could say, only at 80, 78 agility, 80 balance, 70 dribbling stat, 82 composure, 85 ball control. Defending, not really much to talk about, 72 stand tackles, about the only somewhat decent thing he has in defending, and physicality 94 stamina, so that's always a good thing. Alright boys, so just to give you guys my first impressions of this card before I'll actually give you guys my review. So the first game I played of him, that 65 pace felt a little suspect. It felt like he was a lot more faster than that. Now I don't know whether it was just because obviously it was just the guy I was playing, but he seemed to carry the ball very, very well. Like whenever you can find a channel of space, I normally want not to sprint with my center mids just because I feel like you can get caught out really easy sprinting with your center mids if someone can actually come up and tackle you. But while sprinting with him, it felt like I was really in control. It felt like he was placing his touches of the ball really well, keeping the ball close to his actual person. And yeah, while he does have 65 pace, the dribbling, while it's a little, it's on the lower end, only on 78, it felt like he's a very good dribbler of the ball. Even using his 3-star skill moves, it felt like he could really easily do a step over, get around an opponent. Not sprint around an opponent, obviously, but do a nice little step over, spin, and then sprint to get around the opponent. Now, of course, you guys know the absolute best thing about this card, and that's his passing. His passing range is absolutely phenomenal. Think like Zidane in his prime passing. Like, he was absolutely incredible at passing this ball. Whether it's a 30-yard bomb up the field, whether it's an R1X rocket across the field, he's an absolutely incredible passer of the ball. And of course his free kicks are absolutely amazing as well. He scored 2 to get this inform, and yeah, unfortunately I couldn't quite score one, but every time I did try and take one, he definitely did drop over the keeper. Now, is there anything a bit suspect about this card? I keep saying suspect, I've been playing too much Among Us. Is there anything a bit too iffy about this card? Now, while he does have really good passing, and obviously, I think his finesse shot is really good as well. Get it on his right foot, he is absolutely rifling that into the bottom corner, or the top corner, depending on how much power you put on him. He's sort of like he's amazing at one thing, but he lacks basically everything else. While he can pass, while he can finesse shot, his regular shooting isn't great, so if he's in the box, he's not really going to be scoring. He's not the fastest of cards, obviously 65 pace. His defending is a little... Obviously, defending in this game's kind of garbage anyway. And all you have to do to defend players is basically run into people. But it's sort of the thing of it in defending, if you have the ability to do a well-timed slide tackle or a well-timed standing tackle, you can really easily get the ball off people. And this card isn't good at any of those. He's not good at actually tackling people, so much so as he's good at running at people. Because of that 94 stamina, he can basically run for days. Not once did I see him get tired at any point during the game. But yeah, apart from that, obviously he can run really well, but then when he actually gets into contention with another player, he can sometimes get left in the dirt, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So obviously, what is this card actually good for? Think of him as a box-to-box midfielder, but more on the attacking side. He's great at his link-up play. If someone dishes him a pass, he can very easily find the other player running through. Again, guys, passing elite level. His passing is absolutely incredible. So, his link-up play is absolutely phenomenal. His quick 1-2s, his over-the-top through balls, his crosses, they're absolutely elite level. But apart from that, that's about it. Like, he can't really do a whole lot more, unfortunately. Now, in terms of his actual custom tactics, what I would have, what your attacking sense, I'd say keep him on the edge of the box. Don't tell him to go into the box, because into the box, he's not that great. His long shot rating is 78, but I think that's a bit of a lie. His long shot is actually really good. And apart from that, you can basically leave everything on balance. I keep him, obviously, covered in the center, because I think covered in the wing, he might have a little bit of trouble if he comes up against a winger and absolutely destroys him with pace. So if he's covering the center, obviously he's dealing with a lot more physical players. While he's not that physical himself, the 94 stamina and basically how you tackle people in this game, which is just running at them, he's really good at obviously covering the center. But in terms of if you want your center defensive mids, He's now great at obviously being the absolute brute tackler like a Kante, like an Allen, like a Fabinho. So obviously that's not his game. His game for Southampton is creating, being obviously that box-to-box central player to dictate the play. And that's basically what this card is great at doing as well. Now in terms of the chem style, now there's a few ways you can go with this. If you want to upgrade his defending, I'd recommend going with the Shadow. That increases his pace up to a 75 and his defending up to a 78, making his standing and slide tackling and his interceptions actually a lot more viable. They're both in the low 80s. But you could also go with Engine if you want to just make his passing basically even more incredible. But obviously that increases his pace up a little bit, and as well as his dribbling. But personally, I think go with a Shadow, just because I imagine you guys play with like either two or three midfielders. Like if you have three, one is your DM, one is your somewhat box-to-box / attacking, and one is your pure attacking. Obviously, you treat him as more of your box-to-box, and you want your box-to-box to be more well-rounded. And increasing that defending stat makes him very much well-rounded. Would I use him in champs? No, I just don't think he's good enough. But in terms of his price, he's around 11,000 coins at the moment. And with the road to the finals, cards that are going to be released tomorrow, that's going to bring his price basically down to discard. And for discard price, he's really good for that. Obviously, if you have no intention of using him as well, I'd still pick him up just because in the future, SBCs, that English link, as well as obviously he's a center mid and he could basically go anywhere. Obviously from center mid, you can go up to striker. Obviously for SBCs, he could be really good for SBC fodder, and he's a really cheap inform as well. Alright boys, so that's it for the review. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new around here. See you later, take care, and peace.